Hello, Gemini. Let me straighten this a little. Hello, Gemini. Welcome, welcome. We have Mercury retrograde. It is in full effect. I have been messing up. My routines have been getting in the way from technical difficulties, but Geminis and Virgos usually have a good time with Mercury retrograde because you guys are ruled by Mercury. So probably will not affect you. It will probably not affect you as harshly. See, I'm tripping up my words too. It's like I can't communicate. Hopefully, I can deliver the best messages for you. Spirit, 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 please provide God-given guidance for the highest good of all for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. Please protect us with your warm, wet light of God. Please keep us safe from all that could do us harm. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. Please give us loving, clear messages for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. Okay. We have attachment, rebirth, and perfection. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. Spirit, 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 please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, Gemini and all those who love Gemini. Spirit, what is their vision quest for Gemini? Spirit, 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 what are the messages for Gemini and all those who love Gemini? Spirit, Spirit, woo! I'm going to put this back in the deck, but Knight of Swords, that could be you. Knight of Swords is someone who charges in. Geminis can really charge in, let me tell you, with some sharp information, and like it's someone fighting for a cause, ready to fight, ready to lay down that truth. They can be too harsh and too blunt with their words, kind of offensive without meaning to be so. Spirit, 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 what are the messages for Gemini and all those who love Gemini? This is the last call. Yeah. Okay. And your charms. No, this one. Vulnerability. Yeah, this. Organization. And Chiron. So check to see what placement Chiron is in your chart. Do a free chart online. Sometimes it's actually hard to identify Chiron if it's like a more advanced birth chart. So if you want to leave your information in the comments, like your you have to give me your birthplace and your birth time, and I can tell you when where your Chiron is. So in the comments, if you want to leave your, you have to leave I feel like I need to draw another one for the twins going down different paths. Okay, Gemini, for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. And this one. Okay. But yes, in the comments, leave your date of birth, your time of birth, and your place of birth, and I can figure out where Chiron is located in your chart if you're not an advanced astrologer. Kind of have to use specific settings on like a more advanced astrology software. That's the one. Okay, Gemini. Door number 1. Let's unlock this door. So first we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we see a man who is sitting outside of a hospital room, and he's sad, and he's waiting what appears to be for results, either for him or for himself. The 5 of Pentacles is about someone feeling left out in the cold, but the wisdom is they can go inside a church. They're usually walking through the snow outside of a church, but if they just go inside the church, then look at the help that they seek. So when I see this in this particular deck, it looks like perhaps there's a health issue that you are not addressing because perhaps you feel like, oh, I got this on my own. I don't need anyone's help with this. And it's paired with the attachment and vulnerability stone. And so even if you aren't experiencing health problems, this could be you outside of the hospital room caring for someone who is sick. And I'm seeing an unwillingness to get too attached, to be vulnerable to this situation. If this is someone you know who's suffering, maybe you don't want to reveal your vulnerabilities and your pain that, you know, you don't want them suffering. So it's paired with the 2 of Staves, and the 2 of Staves is like you have this idea and you're putting the plans into motion. So you have the world in your hands. You got the whole world in your hands. Anything is possible. You got a unicorn too. So there are endless possibilities. So another alternative to this could be that there are more possibilities for this health concern, and it's about getting a second opinion. Let's move on to door number 2, and I'll come back to that. So door number 2 is the 7 of Pentacles reversed, and the 7 of Pentacles is a card that talks about the seeds you've planted and reaping what you sow. So putting a lot of hard work and effort into planting this crop and sitting back and watching your rewards come to fruition. Upright, it shows a woman setting a bird free, knowing that this carrier pigeon will return to her with another message. So just like you're waiting on your crops to bloom, she's waiting on her message to be received. She is setting something free and waiting. And you have a lot of growth here with the roses growing. Are they roses? Yes, roses growing on the side. So when it's reversed, it is an impatience. It is planting these seeds, and you've waited and you're just wondering, like, when is it going to happen? When are these fruits going to, when is this going to bear fruit? When is this going to take form, take shape? And it's paired with the organization and the rebirth card. And so this is my Unitarian Universalist pin. It's the religion I belong to. So this pin represents the social clubs you're involved with. It doesn't have to be anything religious, but it's a group of people that meet consecutively and that are committed to the same end goal. So this could even be like your bowling league, or like a music club that you belong to, or a book club that you belong to. There's going to be a rebirth, a resurgence within this organization. Let's see. We moved from the Two of Staves to the Three of Staves. And the Three of Staves talks about waiting for your ships to come in, and like looking out onto the horizon and waiting for your ships to come in. So these kind of go hand in hand. It's like you've planted the seeds and you're waiting for them to grow. You're looking out onto the horizon and you're waiting for ships to come in. So both are about waiting. And if you notice in this particular deck, there's a dragon that's swimming off into the distance. So as you're waiting, your boogeymen are moving away from you. But since it was reversed, it's like there could be a delay in your ships coming in. There could be a delay in these crops blooming. There could be a delay in the things you've worked hard for, particularly with this group, with this organization, that is just not coming to light, not coming into harbor, not coming into its full being. And you might have these boogeyman drift back into shore, into your harbor. So as you're waiting, you may be experiencing some wounds. I mean, you have Chiron right here. You have perfection right here. So let's see what's behind door number 3. Door number 3, we have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is about messages coming in really quickly. Cupid's arrows coming in really quickly. And when it's reversed, it's again a delay in messaging, a delay in the messages that you seek, a delay in information. So there's a lot of delay going on, and because we have organizations and Chiron right here, it's like you might not be experiencing the downsides of Mercury retrograde, but your group might be experiencing it, and so they might not be able to take on these challenges of the retrograde as easily as you have, as easily as you've been able to, because you know you're a Gemini, so it's natural to you. A lot of Geminis I know are kind of like perfectionists in a weird way. I mean, I know Virgo is like the perfectionist, but Gemini is like, they're kind of a take charge personality, and if you're not going to do it my way, if you're not going to do it right, if you're not going to get it done this quickly, then I'm moving on. So you may be experiencing a situation within your group where there are delays with them, there's a lack of harvest with them. But it is rebirthing. It's just still underneath the surface, I think. So there's this delay in messaging. Ships aren't coming in, and you are meant to be a teacher in this situation, because Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is someone who he got wounded, and because he got wounded, he learned how to heal himself, and because he learned how to heal himself, he learned how to heal others, so he could teach others how to get through that pain based on his experiences. So you might be a mentor to the people around you who are finding it hard to communicate, who are having challenges in forward movement. The next card we have is the Lovers reversed. This could be you feeling out of sorts because the Lovers represents Gemini. So it's a disunion, it's disharmony. You may be pulled in two separate directions because Geminis are the twins, you know. So they are kind of like Tweedledee, Tweedledum. And that could also be part of Chiron. Whenever you have experienced a challenging duality within yourself that makes you feel out of control, perhaps these people around you are experiencing that same thing. And what you need to do is take your experiences and communicate how you healed and how you got better to those around you. And because we have this vulnerability stone here, it's like maybe there's a need to share more of yourself, a deeper level of yourself. Share your fears about someone passing on, someone being sick, someone being ill, or you yourself being sick, being ill. If you are having health troubles, perhaps sharing with those you love your fears. Okay, let's turn them around. If you are experiencing a delay in messages from someone you love, from a divine union, from a divine partnership, from your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, your crush, your ex, whoever you're thinking about in your mind, who you love, perhaps you're experiencing a delay in communication because you're not sharing this deeper side of yourself. But also I think there's a need to let go of control and like kind of just say these, like, I feel like you feel a need to be strong. And the message here is to let this bird fly, let your vulnerability show, let it all go, let it all hang out, expose your fears, expose your sadness, your grief, your loss, and just see where it takes you. And that's going to lead you to a more perfect union, either within yourself or within your relationship. Let's move on to, we have Spark. Ooh, I never got this card, y'all. So it is a woman playing the violin with little love hearts around her. Spark. You have Spark and Slow and Steady. So that is definitely what I was talking about here, in that patience is required to reap the harvest. You need to take a slow and steady approach to reap this harvest. The angel you have is Grace and Antoinette. To heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So you might need to take a look at whoever you're dealing with and realize that, you know, they don't see the world that you do. Everyone is the way you do. Everyone is different, and try to see it through their eyes. Let me read more in depth. 93. Spark. You are a clear channel for divine creativity. There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co-creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with people who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn into a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. Okay, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to leave it to you guys, to your intuition. Okay, slow and steady is 31. Slow and steady says slow and steady wins the race. Remember the old cliche, slow and steady wins the race? This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of your life. Savor them. So savor this time in between the bloom, in between the harvest. And this spark is like a seed. It's a seed you've planted. So the only way to nurture it is to have a measured and consistent approach. Let me see if I'm getting anything else. I'm almost feeling like if this dragon is a boogeyman and you want it to move out away from your harbor, away from your heart, away from your safe harbor, then this is kind of like a Patronus, this unicorn. So send the bright side of you to drive out this boogeyman. Or perhaps, like the lovers, this unicorn and this dragon are the two sides of you. They are the duality within you, the light side and the dark side. And in looking at your both light side and dark side, you'll get a better understanding of the people around you. Okay, I think those are all the messages for you, Gemini. I really loved reading for you, and I appreciate you a lot. I love you very much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.